What's up? It's me again. I hope you're doing well. Okay, not thriving, but surviving. So basically, I woke up a few days ago with a very active acne breakout on my cheek. As you can probably see, this is where my acne is most active. What happened was that I woke up and basically, as you can see behind me, like the mirrors, when I wake up, I have to see my face. I see it. It's right there, whether I look at it or not. My eyes are open. I see myself in the morning. This one time really sparked a conversation within me because I know like acne isn't dirty. Yes, we do wash our faces, by the way. Apparently that's like a big myth. I didn't know. This really sparked a conversation within me because I was like, my first instinct was to go, I don't want to put on makeup today. I'm lazy. And then I asked myself, I was like, would you put makeup on for you or others? You're not even gonna go out. And I didn't have like any call, like FaceTime video call planned. And so I was just asked myself, why did you actually want to put makeup on? That led me to this video because I had a whole talk about body positivity and why I'm low-key against it. I'm gonna do my makeup. Keeps me occupied with my hands, so we love to see it. Well, I don't know if you love to see it, but you're seeing it now. So, and my coffee. Yes, I put a lot of milk in it. Soy milk. Or just very quickly, my face is already prepped. I have sunscreen on. Please put on your sunscreen. Like winter, summer, fall. What's the other one? Spring, all seasons. Wear sunscreen. It's so important, especially if you have acne prone skin or acne or any other skin condition that may lead you to like hyperpigmentation. Sunscreen, with all the efforts in the world, with the best skincare, the best derms, whatever, if you don't wear sunscreen, it's not gonna work out. Basically, why I don't believe in body positivity. I want to make it clear. It's not that I don't believe in the movement, it's just that I don't like what it has become. I actually watched another video on why the body positive movement is not as healthy and I don't want to say good, but just like kind of lost its purpose. I watched this video from Mary. I'm gonna link her, like put a card and also link it in the description because her video was very well done, I thought. But basically she explains the origins of the movement, of the body positive movement. And the movement was supposed to be about people that were born with disabilities or had accidents they obviously couldn't prevent. And so it was about people that looked atypical. We're not going to say normal because normal doesn't exist, especially like in our day and age, but it was for people that had atypical disabilities or physical attributes or anything like that. So now, if you're a human, you know that the world isn't made out of Care Bears and rainbows. I think this really started to bug me when I saw a lot of, well, we'll take Lizzo's example. She is seen as a body positivity advocate. I don't think she ever spoke out about that. She is overweight, and I think it was last year she posted a TikTok or some videos about her working out and losing a lot of weight, and people were like, I thought you were body positive, like that's not nice. And I don't know how she reacted to like that backlash, but body positivity isn't about praising unhealthy habits. This is where it gets tricky, and when I'm like catch 22 within my own mind, because yes, again, I had a discussion with myself on my own. You're not praising people for being overweight because that's unhealthy. Yet somehow the beauty standards or like our society or whatever is praising supermodels for being super skinny, but not that's the issue. We're not talking about a body type. We're talking about healthy habits and your lifestyle. If you exercise, if you can eat healthy, yada yada. So there's a lot of fat shaming, but there's not a lot of skinny shaming, because if you skinny shame, people automatically assumes that you're just jealous of not being skinny because that is the standard of like the societies, the beauty standard, the golden standard, you know. That made me wonder, because it's like, when did this happen? I really thought I was really into this movement at first when I first heard of it, because people like Kayla Itnesis, whatever, the like super famous a super famous workout woman, like businesswoman. Anyway, she's like a legend. She has a six-pack, and she actually posted a picture of her bloated after eating. That's when I was like, that's really nice, because a lot of people, especially young people, actually no, that's not true. I feel like everyone struggles with it as long as you're too much on social media, like for too long. But when I saw that image of her with a six-pack, and then the same her 6 hours later, just after eating, bloated with like a belly that looked like she was pregnant because of how bloated she was, because like, period. And I was like, this is really nice, because low-key, I didn't know bloating was a thing. Every time after I eat, my belly is very it's very prominent. I didn't know it was a thing until I started seeing pictures of very famous women or models or whatever, whoever, people I was looking up to, that were telling me, sending me a message of like, hey, bloating is normal. That's how I saw that message. It wasn't about, look, my body is still skinny when I bloat. It was just about, bodies are normal. We have natural gases. We have, you know, texture on our skins, whatever, all of that. That's why at first I didn't really think too much about that movement, because I was like, that's great. It's gonna hopefully send a message to, low-key, I particularly thought of younger girls, because it's like this group that I personally feel like they have the most pressure to be perfect on social media, or at least project that image, because it's 2021. I feel like by now we all know that social media isn't real. We only share what we want to share. It's not even about filters anymore. It's just about editing, and also only posting when you want to, or like pre-filming a lot of stories, or taking super cool pics on vacation, where just to be able to travel. That's what the movement used to be for me, and that's why I didn't see any issue with it, because I was just like, hell yeah, like all women are beautiful. The bottom line that I took from this was that if I can't control something on my body, like bloating, pimples, sweat, I hate sweating, but I'm pro, anything like that, the movement told me, hey, it's natural, it's not a flaw, and you shouldn't look down on yourself because you have a body doing natural things. I guess that's like kind of how I saw it. And then I started to see a lot of advocates for this movement posting pictures with hairy armpits or hairy legs, or like, you know, that little mustache that we all have, by the way, like, duh. All the comments were like, oh, you're so brave. Oh my god, you do you, but I could never. That really irked me. I'm not brave for having hair. That's what, like, spoiler alert, if you didn't listen in your bio class, that's what the body does. That little mustache, your armpit hair, butt hair, who knows. That really irked me, because it's like, it's one thing to celebrate someone else for doing something that you could never, but you have to ask yourself why you would never do it. Is it because of you? Is it because you think that, you feel that when you have hair, like I'm talking about armpits particularly, when you have hairy armpits, you feel like the sweat keeps it more, it smells more bad, it smells bad like quicker. If those are reasons, that's the thing. If those reasons are about you and only how you feel about your body and your choices, then that's cool. Your body, your choice. And I'm sorry, but your body, your choice doesn't just apply to abortions. It applies to if I want to have hairy armpits or keep my hair and not wax, because do you want to pay for my waxing appointment? That's expensive. It hurts. It's a lot of efforts. You have to keep going. If you really want to keep the waxing going, you can't really shave. And then laser. Okay. Do you know how much that is? Do you know how much that is? Laser? That's like one paycheck. I can't do it. And that's the price for armpits. Imagine hair. My hair is big. Imagine legs. My legs are big. My armpits are small. Well, my legs are not. I mean, I am pretty small. See what I'm saying? Those type of things that it's like, I don't think it's healthy to be, you're so brave, or an overweight person posting a picture of them in a bikini. All the comments are flooded with like, you're so brave. You go, girl. You're perfect the way you are. And it's like, yes, I am. Like, I never said otherwise. I want to circle back to that acne and that active breakout. Okay. my first reflex was to look in the mirror and to force myself to think, you're pretty just the way you are. And then a voice in my head was like, yeah, we never doubted that. Like, that was never the issue. It's not even brave about being alive and being resilient. What people mean when they say you're so brave, it's you're so brave for posting that picture. That's what irks me, you know? Like, no, I know it's an unwritten rule to only post the positive. I would really like to have your opinion on this because I know it can be a bit controversial. To me, it's pretty obvious that it shouldn't be the case. Like, no, I'm not brave for just posting a picture. People might have a different opinion. That sunscreen is trying to peel. No. What I wish is that I wish people learned to not love themselves unconditionally, because I don't know about you folks, but I don't love anyone unconditionally. Like, if you do something stupid or purposely harm someone, I'm not gonna still love you just because you're my blood. No, we don't do that here. I just wish this was more about self-love, because self-love means that there's a place for hate. Just like in positivity, there's a space for negativity. So I just wish it was more focused on dealing with the ups and downs of anyone's mind. I feel like even without a mental illness, you do go up and down, and you know, some days are great, some days are meh, some days are really not good. It's hormonal, it's like your environment. There are things you can do about it, but at the end of the day, if you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, and sometimes you just have to wait it out. It sucks. Now, another big point that I wish people understood more is that everyone assumes that everyone has access to exercise and healthy food. Now, body positivity, I feel like you really have to apply it to the right population, because if you think about someone that is in a homeless position, I just don't like the argument that healthy food is easy to find and like it's possible to eat healthy on the budget, because it's like, yeah, but what about having access to like those shops, or someone that can take you to those shops, or time for it when it's not about survival, because some people have to work 3 jobs to make ends meet and they might not have time for grocery shopping. They can't do grocery shopping every week because that's too expensive. They have to buy stuff in bulk, and what do you find in bulk? Junk food, sodas, because it's the cheapest, it's the most accessible somehow. So I just don't like the argument that it's so easy to find and accessible, because that's just not true for everyone. So you have to keep that in mind. And then the exercise, this one probably bugs me the most, because just because you exercise doesn't mean you're gonna fit the standards of skinny or all of that. Some people, whether it's unhealthy skinny or unhealthy fat, like I don't know how to call it appropriately, but it's just when it's to an unhealthy standard, to the point where you might die from that condition, then that's what I'm talking about. Exercising isn't the solution to all of the problems of someone. Like, it's not even about exercising sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone exercise doesn't mean they're gonna be healthy. Like, yes, there are less risks the more you move your body. If you can exercise, go for it, but to an extent where you also can't shame people for not exercising, because some people that might exercise and not lose weight, or on the contrary, not take any weight, because I don't want to say we talk enough about that, because I know people are going to say, oh well, it's okay to be skinny because it's the standard, but it's like, you're still shaming, just like the other way around. How is that body positive? You know, you gotta pick a side somehow, and I just don't like that, because people hide under like the body positivity, and then the next thing you know, they turn around and shame anyone that doesn't fit their own mold that they made in their heads about beauty standards. That really bugs me. Now, I want to talk about 2 subjects that I thought were getting better in 2020, 2021, but I guess it depends where you look at. First, plastic surgery, and second, makeup. Going back to like your body, your choice, again, I have to reiterate, it's not just about abortions. If for your whole entire life you thought that you had too small of a nose or too big of ears or anything physical that you might be able to change with surgery, and you have the money to afford it, I really don't get the issue with that. Just because it's like, for most surgeries, if I'm not mistaken, you do have to be followed by like a psychologist to make sure it is your decision, not, you know, someone forcing you to do that or anything like that. I don't see the issue if you have the money and if it's really for you and no one else, if you have the means to do it. I don't see how that's not considered body positivity. As long as you're upfront about, just like Mary said in her video, as long as you're upfront about the surgery you've had, if you're a public figure, because you don't want to set unrealistic standards, that's when it gets tricky. But for plastic surgery, if it's such a small price to pay for you to feel better in your own body and in your own skin, to me that's body positivity. The tricky thing now is making sure those insecurities aren't fueled by society standards or like any past encounters you might have had in your life, or any childhood experience, or anyone making you feel like it's an insecurity or has to be a flaw, because that's not the case. You are your own boss, and I don't see an issue with plastic surgery as long as it comes from you within, and you can't be 100% sure that this is what you want, but you can be. It's really, I don't know, it's really tricky. But that leads me to the second point, that is makeup. Little story time. I got acne in my like early 20s, which I don't want to say perfect skin in high school and all of that in my teenagers, but it was okay. It was fairly clear, not a lot of issues. And then university, or I don't know what happened, just like probably hormones or something, I got a lot of acne like on my cheeks and a little bit on my like forehead and chin, but those two kind of like cleared a little bit. So now it's mainly my cheeks. Now, I used to be the girl that was doing like smoky, the darkest smoky you've ever seen, with like the brightest red and my skin was a fortress, but I did it for me. I did it because I loved that. I still love the fact that makeup can alter your face. You can have fun with it. You can play with different colors. It matches your outfit. It matches your bag, whatever. It sounds superficial, but I don't care. I loved it for that reason, you know? I was never forcing myself to wear makeup. I don't know about you, but it didn't used to be like a mask, right? And then, just like, as I said, when I woke up with one pimple that was really hurting and really red and disgusting, my first instinct was to go, I'm gonna put on makeup. And I hurt myself saying that, because I was like, no, you're not seeing anyone, and even if you were, that's just skin. And then again, that voice of like, you're perfect the way you are. Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that something that my body is doing that I have no control over is making me feel like I am not as pretty today as I was the days before any like breakouts or anything like that. And that's again when that whole body positivity thing kind of like sparked out. So basically, that movement, I don't want to really support it per se, because I'm so unsure of what it's actually about now. Is it about self-love? Is it about accepting your body no matter what? Is it about taking care of your body, like eating healthy, exercising every day, or whatever the amount is actually healthy for you? It's so messy to me because everyone has different opinions, everyone has different discourses, and I see so many people tearing each other down. Don't we all want the same thing, to feel good about ourselves? Isn't that what this is about? Like, did I miss the memo? I'm really confused. So for the future, I'm only asking for one thing, and I will elaborate. I'm asking you to, if you are a supporter of this movement, to recenter it on yourself rather than others. Because I feel like the body positivity was supposed to smash those standards, smash that one size fits all mold. We're supposed to smash that. We're supposed to be like, hey, I'm my own mold and I'm juicy. That was supposed to be the point. Uplift each other while working on ourselves and just feeling better overall, while acknowledging that you'll have bad days, because that's just life. One thing that's really important is that you never know what someone is going through, so shut up. Whether you see a very skinny person, you don't know if that's just fast metabolism, because yes, sadly that's a thing. And again, even those types of people have issues with their bodies, and like we all do. We all have issues with our bodies, and 9 times out of 10 those issues are made not from someone else, but it's something that someone said a while ago that kind of stuck into our little brain, little memory, and now we took it as a truth. That's not the case. Oh yeah, if you mess up your mascara, like I always do, wait for it to dry and then scrap it off. Don't make that mistake of like going in while it's wet. Anyway, little tips. I'm not saying that looks do not matter, because that would be full-on denial and full-on stupidity, especially in our days and age where it's all about posting on Insta and it's all about recognition and letting others know about what you're doing and your activities and your hobbies. Oh no. I'm not saying looks are not part of it, because again, that would just be false, completely false. I'm just saying that you can find value in other things, and in my particular opinion, some things have greater value overall, but that depends on you and your system of values. Just like some people believe in some religion and some don't. It's exactly that. It lands back to a system of values and morals, and those are personal, those are your own. It's really hard to change that core. So that's why I invite you to think about just focusing on yourself. When you see someone you think is attractive, to not compare with yourself, or to not compare that person with someone else you thought was way more attractive than they already are. Let's focus on the present and on one thing. Thank you. Lipstick is again from someone we shall not name. It's gonna dry down and then I'm gonna put a gloss over it because I don't really like the color. I want to finish off by saying that I know the standards of beauty is undeniable. It's present. It's probably gonna be there forever, just gonna change over time. At the end of the day, you only have you, and that's why it's important to focus on you and to do you. If something as small as shaving your head has been in your mind for like 2-3 years, even a few months, just do it. You know, like, it's physical appearance. You're gonna change over time, and that's good. It means you're growing as a person, as an individual, you're finding yourself, and yourself can change over time. Nothing is fixed. Everybody changes. We all grow, we all get older, we all get wrinkles. And I know it's super cheesy, but when you do start to believe that, bestie, you're gonna live your best life. It doesn't come easy. It comes with time. It comes with friends and good people around you that are able to uplift you and to remind you that, you know, you're your own person. No one can do it like you. No one can replace you. I know it's cheesy, but it's so true. Lastly, I want to finish off by saying that at some point in our life, we all want something that we don't have. That's like our thing. Always gonna want something we don't have. Okay, that is the final look. I went with pink because I usually never wear pink, and I thought it was a good way to remind myself that I can try stuff, and if I don't like it, at least I tried it. So basically, to finish off, I want to say that next time I do have an acne breakout, which I will, I want my first thought to be, so what? You know, how is that bad? And I invite you to do the same. Please, I'm actually so eager to know about your opinion. Is that an unpopular opinion? Is this body positivity, negativity? Should this be the title? We'll see. Let me know about your opinion from your perspective as a man, as a woman. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all, actually. Do you feel that pressure? Do you see that paradox? And do you see that issue with, oh, my body, my choice, but you can do plastic surgery? Let me know if I'm the only one seeing that. Please remember to empty those email boxes, because that pollution is not cute. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what else you want to see. Let me know what you thought of the look. I feel like gum, pink gum for some reason. But hey, experimenting is the key to a happy life. I think. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.